And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today on this Sunday. Welcome back, my people. Before we get into today's topic, I put up a post the other day saying if anyone wanted to drop a verse on the Fanboy Friday anthem, and quite a few people responded. So I'm going to upload that instrumental to this channel. I'm going to put my email in the description. And for those of you who have the ability to record it, if you want to record a verse and then send the audio to me through my email, I will either pick the verse I like most and make that part of the Fanboy Friday anthem, or I may use several of them at different times. But anyway, I look forward to hearing the verses that you guys come up with. So without further ado, my people, let's get into today's topic. Shout out to 2 Raw, because he's the first person I heard talk about this, and I was scrolling through my news feed on my phone and came across this. Now, the article is from CBS Sports, and the title says, Richard Jefferson denounces cowardly NBA rule change as failed last-second heaves become team shot attempts. So we're going to read this article, people, and I must say, this article right here, I kind of already looked into what this rule change is, and I heard 2 Raw's video. This right here really makes me want to have nothing to do with the NBA completely. But we'll see how you guys feel about it. So the article says the NBA will implement a rule change in the upcoming season to record missed end-of-period heaves as team field goal attempts rather than individual player attempts, because the reclassification means player shooting percentages will not be negatively impacted. The league could see an uptick in last-second shot attempts from half court and beyond. While the change brings an excitement factor, really, does it bring an excitement factor, or does it just really expose the weak, non-competitive mindset, not only of the players, but of the NBA itself? For the NBA to promote a rule like this, to me, just shows that the NBA has really lost touch with what it means to be a competitor. But anyway, let's continue. It says, while the change brings an excitement factor, it is not universally popular. For one NBA champion, a 17-year veteran, Richard Jefferson, denounced the rule change as cowardly. And we all know that Richard Jefferson is part of the 4 and 6 kingdom, so I will not often agree with him, but I completely agree with the classification of this rule as cowardly. This is a coward's rule, and even more than that. But anyway, it says successful heaves will count positively toward players' percentages, while missed shots will count against the team. That key discrepancy did not sit well with Jefferson. Quote, "This is cowardly," Jefferson said on social media. "We don't want it to count towards your percentage unless you make it. You want the positive without the potential for negative. Professional sports 2025. And this this really sums up not only the modern day basketball, but this sums up modern day society in general, right? You want the positive without the potential for negative. But the funny thing is, before we continue with this, but the funny thing is, Richard Jefferson, you are You can make this observation, but you can't see that LeBron James is the face of this observation. That LeBron James is the face of wanting the positive without the potential for negative. What do you think running to the Miami Heat was about? But anyway, let's continue. It says the NBA tested the rule change during summer league games this year in Las Vegas, Utah, and California. Some players have contract incentives that reward them for percentages, which decentivizes them from attempting low-quality shots at the buzzer. Reducing the impact of a failed attempt could lead to more last-second heaves and thus an uptick in made shots, creating more highlight plays, people. Isn't that the word for the modern NBA? Is highlights. This is all they want is highlights. Well, hey, let me let you in on a secret, Adam Silver and people in charge of the modern NBA and players. Let me let you in on a secret. If every player is a highlight, then no player is a highlight. Again, all this stuff to make the game more flashy. If everything is flashy, then nothing is flashy. Says the definition of a heave is key in the rule book. The NBA outlines 3 specifications for those shots that fall under the new rule. Any field goal attempt in the final 3 seconds of the first 3 quarters qualifies, so long as it's a shot from beyond the outer edge of the center circle extended. The play must have also originated in the backcourt. Last season saw 640 qualifying shots, and players converted a mere 25 of them for a 3.9% success rate. Because of the low percentage nature of those heaves, many players wait until after the buzzer sounds to fire off a shot, thus nullifying their attempt. Nikola Jokic attempted the most qualifying shots with 25, and Mikal Bridges was second with 13. Steph Curry made the most with 4, while Jokic nailed 3. My people, I'm really at a loss for words right now. When you are even considering implementing a rule that I don't care what the context of the shot is. I don't care if it's a last second heave or whatever. When you are considering implementing a rule that a player benefits if he makes it, but it doesn't count against him if he misses it. If he misses it, it's a team miss. What are we doing in sports right now? This is the most absurd thing I have ever heard of, but yet fitting for this generation, because this generation is all about wanting the benefits without the consequences. And this is the LeBron James era. This is the LeBron James legacy. And again, this is very ironic coming from Richard Jefferson calling it cowardly, again, which he is right, but it's very ironic coming from him who caps for LeBron James and can't see that LeBron James is the face of wanting the benefits without the negatives, wanting the positives without the negatives, wanting everything to be in his favor, the king of stat padding, because this is what this is. It's just a rule to help players stat pad, to help them keep their percentages up, and that is completely ridiculous. Are you a competitor or not? If you're a competitor, I don't care if it's the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, if you are down and you have a chance to get off a last second shot, even if it's from beyond half court, if you have a chance or a chance to take the lead or to push the lead further, why wouldn't you take the shot? Why are you worried about your percentage versus winning? This is crazy. This is the ultimate slap in the face, and this is the ultimate After this, I don't want to hear about anyone trying to promote this modern NBA product because it's completely ridiculous. It's not basketball anymore. It's not competitive anymore. This is really WWE. This is more like a scripted form of entertainment. And after all the things that they have done to make the game easier during the LeBron James era, after all the things that they have tried to so-called make the game more competitive, again, people, just think about the kind of conversations that we have to have during this era of basketball. Why is there ever a need for a conversation of how to make the game more competitive? Or more specifically, make the players compete. There should never be a need for players getting millions of dollars to have a discussion about, how can we make the regular season more competitive? How can we make them compete in the All-Star game again? Well, maybe we should just get rid of the All-Star game. The players don't want to compete. They're tired, man. They've already played half the season, man. All-Star game should be a break. Forget the fans. Forget the fans. Forget wanting to prove that you're a best among the stars. Forget being on the court with the rest of the top players in the league, and this is your chance to show the world that out of the top players, I'm the one. In this world of having discussions and implementing things to make the players compete more, first of all, again, it's this second place trophy mentality. It's this not holding you accountable mentality. And because just like the play-in tournament, there should be no play-in tournament. Like, work hard to get in the playoffs. You shouldn't have a second chance at the end of the season. But this is the LeBron James effect. Then it's the in-season tournament. This should create some excitement within the middle of the season. This will give these players a reason to play hard. Boy, this is amazing. I would have never thought in a million years of growing up in the 90s during the Jordan era that in the 2010s, in 2025, that this would be the state of basketball. Growing up in the Jordan era, where things were as competitive as you ever wanted to see them. Growing up in the Jordan era, where you had the single most competitive player, arguably in the history of the game. Growing up in the Jordan era, where all of your peers played basketball and we were all competitive. And not everybody necessarily wanted to be in the NBA, but just basketball was what you did during that era. So, and if you played, and had any bit of competitiveness, like you wanted to win. You wanted to prove that you were the guy. And I never could imagine growing up back then that if someone would have said, hey man, 20 years, 30 years from now, they're going to be trying to figure out how to make the players in the NBA compete. I would have said, I never would have guessed it. And then to say, we're going to implement a new rule to encourage players to, try to make a half-court shot at the end of the quarter. And the way we're going to do that is we won't penalize them if it misses. But if it hits, then they'll get the credit for it. What kind of crap is that? Be a competitor. Put winning above your stats. Put winning above your shooting percentage. Any chance to make a bucket, you should take it. But anyway, we gonna hold up here, people. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think of this new, completely absurd, ridiculous rule that they are implementing next season? That players will not be penalized for half-court heaves at the end of the quarter, but they will be given credit when they win. They should call it the LeBron James rule. They should call this new rule the LeBron James rule. You get none of the blame if you fail and get all of the credit if you win. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.